The graph seems to be very difficult, but we have to understand the simplified explanation for this. Okay, so look into this graph, and the question for this graph is, the dashed line in the figure illustrates what? Dashed line, this line, the dashed line in the figure illustrates what? Increase total peripheral resistance. Okay, option A is increase total peripheral resistance, B increase blood volume, C increase contractility, or D a negative inotropic agent. Okay, so increase total peripheral resistance, increase blood volume, increase contractility, or a negative inotropic agent. Yes, what is the graph telling us? I'm asking about this graph. So what is the answer? The correct answer is C, that is increase cardiac contractility. Okay, increase cardiac contractility. Now let's understand this, what it is. Recently in AIIMS MDS you are getting more of these graphical questions, and therefore I have got these questions for you. Try to learn something new. Okay, again with the main agenda that we'll be able to solve the questions with us. Now this is called as a cardiac vascular function curve. Okay, it is a vascular function curve. This graph has got an x and a y axis. X axis is right atrial pressure. X axis is right atrial pressure. Remember, instead of right atrial pressure, sometimes they can also ask you as end diastolic volume. Instead of right atrial pressure, you can also be given as end diastolic volume. So I have to remember that if right atrial pressure is given or if end diastolic volume is given, it is okay. Both of them are correct. Right? Now, on the y-axis, it is cardiac output or venous return in liters per minute. Cardiac output or venous return. This graph, which starts from the x-axis, okay, this red one is the graph of cardiac output. And you can see that when we are increasing the end diastolic volume, there is increase in the cardiac output, and later on it will become a plateau. That is the Frank-Starling law. But this red graph, okay, this red graph is indicative of cardiac output. This depends basically on the cardiac contractility. Cardiac contractility, that means it depends mainly upon the force of contraction of heart. It depends mainly upon the force of contraction of heart. That means what? That means that suppose if the if there is sympathetic stimulation, okay, if there is sympathetic stimulation, the force of contraction will increase. If the force of contraction will increase, the cardiac output will increase. Okay, if the force of contraction will increase, the cardiac output will increase. And what is the cause of force of contraction? Cardiac contractility, which is also called as ionotropy. Also called as ionotropy. Okay, so if the force of contraction is increased and the cardiac output is increased, it is called as positive ionotropy. The graph will be shifted up. This graph. And suppose there is decrease in the force of contraction and the cardiac output is decreased. So where will this graph grow? This graph will go down. This graph will go down. So हमें क्या याद रखना है कि only this graph which is starting from the x-axis, okay, only this graph which is starting from the x-axis, if it goes up or if it is going down, okay, it is shifted up or if it is shifted down, it is indicative of force of cardiac contraction. So this one is indicating the force of cardiac contraction going up, and cardiac contraction is decreased, the graph coming down. Clear? Yes. So change in the cardiac output because of change in inotropy, that means change in force of contraction, is the graph which is starting from the x-axis. Now suppose this is the venous return graph, and you can see as the right atrial pressure will increase, the venous return will decrease. It has got an inverse relationship. The venous return will go on decreasing. Now just don't concentrate over here, okay? Now just don't concentrate on this graph. Just I'll draw a graph for you. What we'll do, we'll keep this graph constant. This graph we have told you, I have told you, it is indicative of cardiac output, but it is indicative of cardiac contraction. This is indicative of cardiac contraction, and this is indicative of my venous return. Venous return. Right? So if this is shifted up or if this is shifted down, it is purely because of cardiac contraction. It is purely because of cardiac contraction, not venous return. If the venous return is increased, so this will be the shifting of the graph like this, okay? This will be the shifting of the graph if the venous return is increased. And if the venous return is decreased, then the graph will come over here. Okay, the graph will come over here. So the graph which starts from the y-axis, is the venous return graphs. If it is shifted up, venous return increased. If it is shifted down, venous return decreased. And the graph which starts from the x-axis is the graph of force of contraction of heart, which we called as inotropy. If this graph is increased, okay, if this graph is shifted upward, force of contraction is increased. If this is shifted downwards, force of contraction is decreased. So be very specific. This is very important question. Recently there was also a question in AIIMS MDS, this time related to arteriolar and venous compliance graph. So likewise, this graph, simple graphs are important for us. What we have to remember, that when a graph is starting from the x-axis and it is shifting upward or downward, that is purely because of force of contraction of heart, which we called as inotropy. When the graph which is starting from the y-axis is shifting, then it is purely because of venous return. That means increase in venous return or decrease in venous return. So this is the cardiac vascular function curve. And as the question was told to us, what was the question? That the dashed line reflects what? So it reflects increased cardiac contractility, which we called it also as a positive inotropic effect. That means there can be changes which can bring about the venous return. Suppose you are getting increase in the blood volume, okay, you are doing an IV blood transfusion to the patient. So what will happen at that time? At that time, this graph will increase, or this graph will be shifted. The line, because of venous return, will be shifted if this is normal, okay? And this is the graph of contractility. And suppose if there is an effect of sympathomimetics, then there will be shift in the graph of cardiac contraction, that is force of contraction. So I have two graphs on the same line. One is starting from the x-axis and one is starting from the y-axis. Y-axis venous return, x-axis cardiac contractility, that is inotropy. So if you have to just look over to the question, shifting of the graph, in which direction it is shifted, upwards or downwards, and there can be only two causes, either change in the venous return or change in the cardiac contractility. I have to just know which graph is of the venous return and which graph is of the cardiac contractility. Hope you liked the question. It was different from which we routinely study. That is what is the main aim of eMedicos with us. Thank you and happy studying.